I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on today's video. Like, in the world of collector cars, I want to share a quick little story. We have been watching these vehicles from, we do a lot of the first gens like FJs and stuff like that, and now we're watching this happen. So the FJs were very inexpensive for a long time, then they took off, right? You can price them out there. These right here, the next version, now these are going up, and when you can get a vehicle like this that's restored by a company that does it for a living, right, and then adds a modern drivetrain that has over 50% more power, which these needed some power, right? Still retaining the four-wheel drive system, new interior, new paint, new all that stuff. We're going to spend some time looking at the restoration, the quality of that. We're going to spend some time looking how cool the stuff is under the hood and how well that's been done. We'll check out the interior. We're going to see all the extra stuff that's on there as well. And then we can also talk a little bit about the things, if you want to make some upgrades to it, we can handle for you right here too. All right. Lastly, we're going to go for a test drive, and we're going to have a great time today, and I can't wait. Thanks so much for joining. All right, so part of what attracts, I'm sure, you to it as well as me, to put it here and to make it available, is the great color combination of it, right? This Dune Beige Paint is really cool, but it's also still very iconic Toyota Land Cruiser, right? You have 15-inch rims, which are not huge rims, that's fine, but able to handle a large wheel and tire setup. But you can move to 16s, 17s, and 18s if you wanted a different look for the vehicle. We can help with that, right? You got the two-door, which makes it a little shorter wheelbase, right? Making it much easier. That's why original Wranglers and things like that and the original FJ was so good, because the wheelbase was short. And what happens when you get a short wheelbase? Well, you're able to turn it in a much tighter radius. That's why a limo needs so much room, because the wheelbase is so long. These turn so quickly, and they're great when you're doing four-wheel drive and off-roading things, which these were built to do, right? And then you're talking about new flares, new paint, new trim, new mirrors, new glass, new wipers, emblems, like it goes on and on and on. This stripe right here is a decal. If you don't love the color combination, it can be changed, it can be taken off, whatever you want. Like, that's a cool piece of making it your own. So you could paint the flares if you decided you wanted all one color. That would totally change the look too. And lastly, I like to talk about the quality of the paint, because this is way nicer than Toyota would have painted it circa 1993. And I would like to show you how to see good paint, and that is by looking in the paint, not at the paint. So look at the ceiling, the lights, all that good stuff in there, and see how you can see all the ribs of the ceiling nice and crisp. And then you come on up here, and we like to do this letter test too, where you can have a peek at seeing how crystal clear all of it. The clearer the letters are, the better the paint, the nicer it is. This is show quality. So this is a big surprise for people when you have acceleration. That's a huge game changer, But why are people putting Chevrolet V8s in Land Rover Defenders and making them very expensive, you know, and all the conversions of all it? Because why? Because it works so well, and it's exactly why. First off, look how easy the fit is. When I say easy, not the installation, but the sense that there's plenty of room in here for it. Aluminum heads, fuel injected, and you have all serpentine belt system in here, but you still have stuff that's important. Power disc brakes, power steering, air conditioning, new alternator, new air conditioning compressor, all this stuff, and all new wiring in here you can see is all new. New wiper motor in there, all detailed and good. The original tag is still on there on the firewall, showing how it was built back in the day, but the conversion is great. And then the last couple touches that make important things for me is this, and that is when people build these kinds of things that are very powerful, and you throw in air conditioning and you throw in a lot of usage of the vehicle, they throw in a dual fan setup here, which is really nice. And in the front here you have not just one fan, right, for pushing, you also have another fan back here for pulling. I'm a huge fan of keeping a car cool, because when they overheat, it is not a good, that is a bad place to be. And here they've solved that problem by doing this, because you have the condenser for the AC, and obviously a much upgraded radiator. The size of that's much bigger than the factory original. Anyway, it's beautiful. You want to go to a show and open the hood, it looks really nice. All right, with V8 power and Overdrive automatic, this is a game changer for doing many things. Remember, this is a sport utility vehicle. What does that mean? Well, it's a utility vehicle, which we can utilize, right, for other things as well as just driving. So for instance, right, they have a nice tow package here that doesn't have to stay on it on bolts. You don't have to carry that around if you don't want to. We left it on just so you can see that it does that. Full size spare, but I love the split door, right? When here, the back seat folds down. So if you just wanted to put something in the back here, you didn't have to use the whole thing. But if you wanted to, look how much room is in here. This part here folds forward, then the seat folds forward again, and you have all of this room back here, almost similar to like a pickup truck. But you can also throw 5 people in here as well, which makes it, when I get back to, a utility vehicle. All right, come join me inside here. So this is not a cheapo bargain basement vehicle, right? You have in here, we talked about air conditioning. This has a digital sound system in here. It has a sunroof. This has tilt wheel, right? That you can. This has a full array of gauges, including tach, oil, volts, water, all that stuff. All the climate here. You have the four-wheel drive system here where you can lock the hubs, right? Because they're electronic hubs. You don't have to get out and turn things, which is really a nice feature until you've had that. This also has an upgraded modern air conditioning and heating system. It doesn't have a 1993 system in it. It has a newer system in it that we would install in cars today, which is compact, much better heat, much better air conditioning, Bluetooth streaming to there. And then, you know, you got room for 5 people. So like if you could take a second, check this out, because imagine going to dinner or going off-road or going camping or something like that in this vehicle. Look how much room is back here for people, full-size real people, right? Full-size 6-foot people. It is a game changer. Food tastes better, family fun is better, off-roading is better. It's just really, really nice in here. I love these because they're turnkey, fuel injected, aluminum head, just easy and a great, great sound. Easy start.
The changeover for the drivetrain is a game changer. It just if it's 50% to 100% more power, you can feel it, but it's a torque of a V8, and that's why these Land Cruisers eventually went to a V8. This solves that problem by getting a cool classic Land Cruiser, which is hot and increasing in value, but getting it too. And listen to the rumble that it makes. It's really nice. We're riding down a country road. This is 2025 that we're doing this video. I mean, we're 30 plus years later that this vehicle was new. It's not rattly, it's tight, it's just like a Land Cruiser should be. Interior's all new, and handles nicely. Sounds good. Can you hear the rumble? Just easy too, right? Power steering, the brakes. Oh, by the way, if I want to open the electric sunroof, maybe let some sunshine in, that's working like it's supposed to. Oops. This has a nice rumble to it, listen. Exhaust is just right to let you know that there's something special under the hood. It's not a stock Land Cruiser, but it's not too loud, just good. And if you got to jump on the phone or do some business, it's nice too. And again, we talked about it earlier, it's a sport utility vehicle. You can utilize this for other things too, right? You could get a trailer hitch on the back and put 2 dirt bikes on there and go somewhere. You could put a load of lumber in the back if you got jammed and you needed to. But it's just so utilitarian, it's amazing. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I thought the drive was great. Beautiful country road. You got us out of work, which is really nice. I really appreciate that. As well, I also appreciate if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up down below. That helps get our message out. I'm again thankful for that. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. And don't forget to share it with your friends. They might see something they like as well. And I'll see you on the next drive.
Was that a great test drive or what? I mean, the V8 power makes a huge difference. The Overdrive automatic makes this so nice to be able to go on the highway and go long distances with the AC on and the engine kind of loafing in its way, and also able to shift it down, four-wheel drive low and high. The great paint, the new interior with all of the good stuff in here, and the luxury things, power windows and power disc brakes and modern air conditioning and modern stereo. For the money, you couldn't build this. The great thing about this here is, why can you buy it at this price point? Well, because somebody spent all the money restoring it. They drove it for a little while and they recognized that it would cost them something, and now this is the only way to buy a car. Do it this way, and don't try to do it yourself, because you never win. I've tried it many times and I've never been able to win, and I'm in the business. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this cool Land Cruiser 4x4.